With a large outdoor space, fire pits, and rocking chairs, the Innovation Barn in Charlotte is a great place to sip a drink and enjoy skyline views. Just be sure to bring your recyclables, because just inside this old city garage is a cutting-edge incubator for sustainable businesses and zero-waste initiatives.
We're the first of its kind in the country to have an innovation center focused on the circular economy.
What is a circular economy? Amy Alsaker, the executive director of Envision Charlotte, explains it like this.
So a linear economy is what we are now. So we buy something, we use it, and we throw it in the landfill. Linear. So a circular economy is like a forest. So if a forest has a tree, it grows up, it dies, falls on the ground, it rots, renutrients the ground, there's zero waste. So if you think about it, it's a zero waste society.
Alsaker shows us the plastics lab, where takeout containers can be turned into filament.
Filament can be used in 3D printers.
They also have a glass pulverizer that turns wine bottles into sand.
Just drop it in there. So you have the little tiny fine sand, a little bit bigger.
Around the corner is a sustainable furniture shop that reduces waste by repurposing local Carolina trees.
So we count the rings, we know how old it is, we know where it grew.
Carolina Urban Lumber makes dining and coffee tables, floating shelves and mantles at a workshop in Pineville and sells them here.
We knew the tree didn't get cut down for us making furniture.
Founder Damon Barron says a vast amount of wood waste is sent to landfills on a daily basis. He knew there were better uses for old natural resources, and so Carolina Urban Lumber was born.
Like, this is a prime example. This does not get into the bulk lumber industry where we get 2x4s or flooring. This is so disfigured and ugly as a log that it gets trashed. But to me, this is prime material.
Barron says he's proud to be a part of Innovation Barn, where people are striving for common goals.
So these plants are the different varieties of lettuce.
Charles Oliphant shows us the produce being grown using a system called Aquaponics, a method of farming that raises edible freshwater fish, tilapia in this case, and vegetables together in a symbiotic environment.
Aquaponics is a process whereby the fish produce waste, and it's converted by bacteria into nitrogen fertilizer for the plants. The plants then clean the water, which goes back to the fish.
Oliphant is with 100 Gardens, an organization that builds aquaponic programs in schools, institutions, and communities of need, teaching people how to grow food while conserving water.
So aquaponics uses approximately 1/10 of the water of soil-based agriculture.
The system will produce about 300 heads of lettuce a week, which will go to restaurants and food banks in the region.
You don't have to understand the whole thing about how it works to make it work, and that's why it's so great for education.
Educating people and changing the way they think about their food is the mission of 100 Gardens. Then they'll learn how to prepare it in the teaching kitchen across the hall. The kitchen features 4 stations with double induction ranges donated by Electrolux. Residents can sign up for cooking classes on how to limit food waste and canned vegetables. Folks in Charlotte love their beverages. That's where Repour Bar comes in. Folks will be able to come in, sip on a craft beer or a glass of wine, and learn how they can make the city more sustainable. The circular economy continues with Mush, an urban mushroom farm that harnesses the power of fungi to reduce waste.
That the mushroom actually grows underground and is actually what you can see on the whites in the bags behind me. And really what that does is that's breaking down wood and waste that we have in our environment.
Mush's Josh Partridge was brought in to run the Innovation Barn's mushroom operations. Currently, he's repurposing wood shavings from Carolina Urban Lumber to produce gourmet and medicinal mushrooms for purchase.
Our plan for Mush is to grow 2 types of mushrooms to start off. They are oysters mushrooms and lion's mane.
Just steps away is a composting lab that employs soldier flies to decompose food waste.
So they're all in here eating, these are a bunch of edamame peels and potato skin.
A local food waste diversion group runs the lab.
This is all household stuff. We just started this bin last week. We've got about 5,000 black soldier fly larvae in here.
David Valder with Crowntown Compost says black soldier flies are important for Charlotte's circular economy.
Is they're really good at converting food waste into protein that's good for animal feed. So we're keeping that in the loop instead of letting it go to the landfill.
Eventually, the black soldier flies will be harvested and fed to the fish at 100 Gardens. Through this process, Valder says nothing goes to waste.
About 200,000 tons of food waste per year in Mecklenburg County alone. Food waste in a landfill breaks down with no oxygen, and that results in methane production, which is a greenhouse gas.
And eliminating greenhouse gases is the ultimate goal.
Reducing climate change. Fundamentally, full stop, that's what we have to do.
A monumental task that begins one bottle at a time. For Carolina Impact, I'm Rochelle Metzger.